Hey guys, thanks for watching the video tutorial on how to do the WUC Hair for 2015 to 2016. You're going to just want to start by brushing through your athlete's hair, making sure that there's no tangles, and just pulling it up into a nice high ponytail, getting it as smooth as you possibly can. I'm not used to doing hair on someone else, so this took me quite some time, so I sped it up. Smoothing it out nice and tight with my hands, and then just putting the ponytail right on top of her head, making sure that it's in a spot that I can see the ponytail holder from the front. You want it to be nice and high so that the bow sits properly, and it'll also help you keep volume in your hair. The hairspray that I was using wasn't my favorite. I just had to pick it up right before we did this video, so wouldn't really recommend it. It's just a Garnier Fructis. I don't know how to say it. I like to use Chi. Their helmet head is my favorite one. It's what I use for my competition hair. It's really sticky, it keeps it nice and high. This one I didn't really feel like actually was sticky, and although that would be nice for everyday hair, I would prefer it to feel sticky and kind of hard for comp hair. So now you just go through and you want to curl the whole ponytail just from about the middle of each piece to the very end. I wrap the hair around the curling iron, but you can use the clamp if you want to. There's no right or wrong way, just curl it before you do the teasing. The bow should have been in actually before I curled it. Well, it doesn't really matter, but I usually put it in before. I kind of just forgot about it. So I got her to hold the bow down while I placed it just to keep it as centered as possible. Then you want to pin it, and lots of people don't pin their bows. It's a really nice way of keeping it where you want it and keep it also from flying onto the mat during the performance. I like to use 3 bobby pins on each tail just to make sure it's nice and secure. I do the crisscross and then I do another one going in the direction of the bow, not towards the back of the bow, if that makes sense. So I kind of tried to show it there, and then just make sure that it's kind of the way you want it. I didn't really feel like it felt that secure, so I just added a bobby pin to each side. Once your bow is in properly, you can start with the teasing. So when we do the teasing process, I throw the ponytail over and I start from the bottom. When I do this, I like to put dry shampoo into their hair before I do the backcombing part because it makes it nice and gritty. Dirty hair is easier to work with for cheer hair than clean hair. Dirty hair will hold the tease much better than any clean hair because clean hair is just too soft. So I like to add the dry shampoo to get some grittiness, and then I do hairspray, then I tease, and then I hairspray again before I flip it over. The video was aimed too low and I didn't really notice, so you can't see it that well. I will be making another video on how to do the hair on yourself just to help some people out, so I'll make sure that you can actually see the teasing process, but you can kind of see it here. So I use the thicker brush to do the base tease, I guess, and then I use a little thinner, just a regular, like, doesn't even matter, dollar store comb, and I go through and I push it down more to make it nice and hard. I tease about halfway down the hair, if that makes sense. So I hold the hair up, I find where halfway is, or even a little tiny bit less than halfway, and I start my tease there. And you want to pack it down as much as you can to make it nice and hard. After you're done teasing each layer, make sure that you spread it out to form kind of what you want your ponytail shape to be. If you don't spread it out, it's going to just be a big lump in the middle, and you want it to fan out a little bit. So you just go through and repeat the process all the way until you have a tiny bit of hair left, and then I'll go over what to do. The teasing doesn't have to be super big. It can be big, it can be just a little bit. It's up to your discretion. It's just a trend in cheer, so you can just kind of decide yourself how you like your hair. Personally, I do my hair quite big. On Avery, I wasn't able to get it that big. With your last layer here, you want to just lightly tease it because it's your final layer. You don't want it to look too ratty. I didn't take as much hair as I should have, so hers ends up looking kind of ratty at the end because I wasn't really used to her hair. So that's my bad. But then your last layer, you do still want to tease it a bit just to make sure it goes the same way as all the other hair. Otherwise, it'll just flop over and it won't be with the rest of the ponytail. So you want to do a very light tease and then spread it out across the whole ponytail to make it look nice and smooth. And then just go through and smooth it out and shape it how you like. And then after that, we're going to fix the curls. So you just kind of play with it, and I like to spray the very bottom and then hold it and then push it up and hold it. I'm going to link below my favorite products when I do my hair. I'm not going to link the ones that I used in this video because I wouldn't recommend using them. They're great for non-cheer things, but not necessarily cheer hair in my opinion. Then just go through and fix all the curls. And then just kind of play with it again, shape it how you want it. And I do a lot of hairspraying, so hold it up and hairspray it. And we are done. So there it is, everyone. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Like I said, a little bit rattier than I had hoped for, but just make sure that final layer is enough to actually cover the tease and you won't have a problem. Thanks everyone for watching. Best of luck this year, and if you have any questions at all about the hair, please do not hesitate to ask me.